us for more is Harley Finkelstein, who was just promoted from Shopify COO to president today. Congratulations, Harley. And Shadi Bakour, co-founder and CEO of Pathwater. It's a merchant that uses Shopify's platform. We're happy to have you both because, Harley, we talk about Shopify all the time, and it's been this moonshot of a stock pre-pandemic and really during the pandemic as well. And I'm not sure a lot of people understand why you are now bigger than many retailers in terms of your market value, like an eBay that you might compete with. Explain what it is that has driven so much business and so much interest during this pandemic period.
Thanks, Sarah. Look, last time I came on the show, we talked about that retail, what it would have looked like in the year 2030, has been pulled back to 2020. And what I mean by that is we've seen this acceleration, this shift from retail, e-commerce being about 15% of total retail to being like 25%. So that's like 10 years worth of acceleration in 6 months. That's the first thing. The second thing is we've also seen a complete shift in consumer preference. Consumers are now concerned with how they buy. They want to buy directly from independent brands like Shadi's company, but they also care who they buy from. They want to buy from brands whose values they admire, and they care about things like sustainability. And this idea of conscious consumerism, coupled with the fact that everything has been digitalized very, very quickly, that is a driving factor for why Shopify has done well, but more importantly, why Pathwater and companies like that exemplify the future of commerce and retail.
Let's talk about Pathwater as a sort of test case. Shadi, you could have gone as a third party to Amazon or Etsy, maybe eBay for sure. Why Shopify? What's the distinction?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, when we went out to basically form our online strategy, we were looking for that right partner that could help us scale as a business and really empower our message to eliminate single-use plastic bottled water all over the world. And so Shopify has been an amazing partner. Congratulations on becoming president, Harley, and it's really nice to be here with everyone today.
Harley, I just wanted to ask, I mean, clearly the numbers have been stellar for you guys on almost all metrics. Do you think new store creations might lag as we go into next year, even if on the stores that you host, we start to see more traffic and more sales? Do you think we've seen a big bring forward in demand in terms of people like Shadi creating their business on Shopify?
Well, look, I think applications for, let's just use the U.S. as an example. We're a global business, but obviously U.S. is a big market for us. Applications for new U.S. businesses have risen the fastest they have in terms of the growth rate since 2007. I think the reason for that is it's a mix of necessity and opportunity. I think that brands and entrepreneurs like Shadi, they know they have a great product, but they want to be able to reach a global audience. They want to have a direct relationship with their end consumer, and they can do that all from Shopify for $29. When you add on to that the fact that we go beyond just e-commerce, we want to level the playing field for brands like Pathwater for things like capital and shipping, fulfillment. What you end up with is a lot more success for independent brands and businesses. And I think the future of retail is direct to consumer. This is not a fad or a trend. This is how consumers want to shop, and this will be steady state going forward.
So not to compare you too much with Amazon, but the knock and the questions about third-party sellers, Harley, always have to do with the trust factor. You don't know exactly where your items are coming from or who's selling them to you. Are they from China? Are they fake products? How do you deal with those kind of issues as you continue to increase your customer count?
Well, first of all, I think that it's really important to understand that when a product or a brand sells on a marketplace or a department store, they're effectively renting customers from those marketplaces, which means they don't have control. They have no way of ensuring that the longevity of their business will continue. When they have a store on Shopify, it is theirs. They own it entirely. They own their customer. They own the profit margin, and they decide exactly how to service those customers. And what I think we're seeing is the reason that direct-to-consumer wasn't around 10 years ago was it was simply out of reach for entrepreneurs like Shadi. So he had to go to a place like Amazon originally to just sell something. But because of products like Shopify, he can now have the entire stack, and he can own it himself.
And Shadi, for those that don't know, tell us exactly what's unique or new about Pathwater's product.
So Pathwater is the first ever purified water that's packaged in a refillable aluminum container instead of single-use plastic. So we're the water company that's changing the entire space by offering something that's better for the environment, better for your health, at a very affordable price. And it's in the same way that Shopify is empowering entrepreneurs all over the country. We're empowering consumers, organizations, governments to have the opportunity to be more sustainable and to make that transition away from single-use plastic, as we've seen major organizations all over the U.S. that we've partnered with, like Orange Theory Fitness, Live Nation, and a number of other organizations that are looking for that sustainable solution.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.